Hey, it's Jared. It's time for another update. I have a bunch of celosia. Tons of celosia. Too much celosia, maybe. That's all this stuff that's doing so well. Hasn't bloomed yet, though. I'm excited to see that. Bunch of cornflowers. A couple sunflowers. It's a Dutchman's pipe vine. More celosia. It's a big marigold. This is Ligularia. That's some flower buds starting to develop. A bunch of them this year. Some hibiscus that's doing really well. This plant's new this year for me, so I'm excited for that to bloom. Bunch of very tall echinacea. Some dianthus. I deadhead all of this. I deadhead dianthus. I'll actually tell you a bunch of stuff that I deadhead. If you don't know what deadheading is, it's removing the spent flowers. Basically, it helps out the plant, more or less. The plant's goal in life is just to produce seeds, and if you stop it from producing those seeds, it's just going to make more flowers. It doesn't work on all things, but a lot of things it actually does work well on. I do these as well, the blanket flower. And you can cut the stipes, these long things that come up from your daylilies. Sometimes they will rebloom. Coreopsis too. It's a lot of work because they produce a lot of flowers and therefore a lot of heads that you need to take off. But it's well worth it. If you deadhead them, they will just keep on blooming the whole summer. I mean, basically, they'll keep on blooming the whole summer regardless, but you'll get a lot more blooms if you deadhead. And I cut things back as well, like my spirea. I cut that back after it blooms, and that'll come back by the end of the summer. Some ornamental onion, allium, that's about to bloom. Coreopsis, some avens in there. Look at this hollyhock. Some more echinacea. Some liatris. Liatris is pretty interesting. It's one of the few flowers that I can think of that the blooms actually start from the top and work their way down. Instead of most things, which you can think of, which bloom from the bottom and work their way up. Like digitalis, for example. This I actually cut back and it's reblooming. Thought I saw a bee go up in there. There he is. Some roses. Some butterfly bush. Or butterfly weed, rather. deadhead my balloon flower as well. Coral bells are coming along really nice. Got a bunch of different varieties. This is Agastaki. Believe I'm pronouncing that right. Has a smell like licorice. The bees really love it. And this is new. I just planted this a little while ago. Crocosomia. Bergamot bee balm. You can actually deadhead that as well. That'll rebloom as well. Some daylilies coming up. Big sunflower coming along. I'll take you around the front again to get a better look. Tall garden phlox is starting to bloom. It's kind of my succulent garden. Not a lot blooming right now, but there's some chrysanthemum in there. It's going to be blooming fairly soon. Geraniums are doing well. Salvia needs to be badly watered. But the front's coming along really nice. It's basically all weeds, but pretty weeds. I deadhead the Lychnis too. That is pretty much totally unnecessary because it'll just keep blooming the whole summer, but I get a lot more bloom since I deadhead. These dahlia are really pretty. Got a bunch of cleome, spider flower. As you can see, we've had a dry day and it's near the end of the day, so a bunch of the flowers are spent here, but luckily they just keep reblooming. They just keeps coming all summer long. Really great plant. Really easily self-seeds, maybe too easily. That's why I have so much up front here. Same thing with the Lychnis. All right. I think that might be the end of this tour for today. See you soon.